morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. We did it. We survived another actually couple of weeks. It was
well, I haven't been around for a couple of weeks.
Well, that's because you had a life and I had a nervous breakdown. So it was lovely. I would like to say it's never been a St. Patrick's Day for years without my leprechaun shoes. So yet again, my leprechaun shoes. So happy St. Patrick's Day.
I had to, you have to wear green for St. Patrick's Day.
Otherwise we'll pinch you.
I know.
Right.
And I don't wear green. There's a reason behind that, but we're never going to talk about it.
I need to know.
And so I just don't wear green.
Okay.
So I never have green. And every year I think, I'm going to get a green shirt for next year. And I never do. So I'm in the closet this morning. And I'm like, I got to wear green. Or I'm never going to hear the end of it. I'm never going to hear it. So, and if you don't know, Savannah is like one of the biggest places to go for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, huge parade. The greening of the fountain, all of that's going on.
And you know who all is famous in Savannah. So I wore my Savannah banana shirt. Because it's green, baby.
Oh, girl.
And the Savannah bananas are famous in
Savannah.
Savannah.
That shit. I like it. So I heard they were wearing kilts this week. The Savannah bananas, they're so cute. They're so cute. I love them. So, yes, I wore my green, but I have my leprechaun shoes because really this is the only time that you can get away with wearing shoes that look like leprechaun shoes.
Yeah, but they're so cute.
They are super cute. I do love them, but the heels are very high. So
sorry, I missed that walking.
Oh my God, I must have looked like such a fool. So I still am injured. My hip is still bothering me from the half marathon, which was 7 weeks ago. Feels like at this point, I think really 5.
Welcome to old age.
Yeah, you shut your whore mouth. That is not even funny. So
I sent you that thing, like, when you do squats, are your knees supposed to sound like a goat chewing on aluminum tin cans? Because mine does.
That's it. And I'm hobbling around, and my daughter started busting my chops, too. She's like, hey, lady, do you need your walker? I'm like, shut up. And then she even called and taunted me last night about all you old ladies.
I'd let her have it.
She's like, all you old ladies going to wrap up early tonight? She's like, Judi goes, tell her that I'm going to hit her with my walker. So anyway, so walking in the parking lot, I don't know why they refuse to pave it. I understand it's expensive to pave a parking lot. I get it.
Then they'll raise your rent.
Yeah, right. I understand. So they constantly put crushed stone in there, but it's unbalanced, and I've ruined all these heel tips because the nail goes right through. So I've become besties with Enzo. Enzo is the man that fixes all my heels here. He's like, oh Tracy, another pair. I'm like, sorry, Enzo. Here we go. It was a lovely lumbering walk, carrying yarn and knitting and my computer bag and.
My husband was surprised today. I actually made 2 trips out to the car because she was like, "I got this stuff.
I got this." It's like bringing groceries in his car,
and he doesn't know how to give anybody space when he parks. So I'm just.
Yeah. I bet he loves that.
Oh, when he pulls in my car and he's driving, he is so close to the side, and I've bumped it a few times coming out, and it's like, so he just does it, and he parks, and I can't get out, so I'm just.
Oh my God!
I opened the door. Right
just hearing that's giving me a heart attack. My husband would kill me.
I just opened the door. I hit the metal thing. And
my God!
And he'll start to say something. And I went, I can't get out. And then I get out.
We have very different marriages.
And then the next time he doesn't do it. Well, if I bitch, he doesn't do anything about it. So I just show him why. What happens when, I just can't get out.
So. I have no space here. My boobs are too big to get out of the car.
Oh, no. It's just right up against it. And then could you move up? And it's like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, we have a very large driveway and a circular, but yet I'm never in the right spot at my house. Tracy, you've not pulled up far enough. I'm like, it's a circle. You could go around the other way because he's like, I got to take this car out of the garage. I'm like, oh my God.
I have to actually call him from the driveway. And say, could you move your car because you're so far over? I can't get in. Yeah. And it doesn't do any good thing. And I didn't do this on purpose. Right. But if you try to get in his car, he has all this, he's worse than a woman. He has this shit on his seat. And he has to move this and he has to move that. So when we said, well, we'll just use my car more because his is about ready to die, he thought he'd pull all that crap too.
Right.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose because I said, stop.
Right.
So I got in one day. So when he gets in to drive, I hand him his sunglasses, and they're like this. I went, I'm sorry, I really didn't. I didn't see him on the seat, and I sat on him. And he knew he couldn't say anything because I had asked him over and over and over. So he still hasn't decided whether I did that on purpose. And I did. I really did. I'm not that mean.
You heard it here first.
No,
she didn't do that one.
This is the man who likes to drive cars for the heritage.
Yeah.
He loves to do.
Yeah.
And he makes good money. He makes good tips and stuff.
Oh, it's coming up soon, the Heritage Golf.
He's driving for it. First year, he's like, I'm going to make like $800 this week. I went, oh, good, we'll take a trip. Not one, not two, 3 times. When his shift ended, he left his glasses in the car. Did he get them back? No. So that's where our money went, because he had to replace glasses.
Yeah, you kind of need those to see. So
that's my husband. I love him. 40 years this year.
You know what? I have some like granny ones that you can put on glasses. We could just tie, put them on he can wear them around his neck.
He has the ones that go like that.
Okay. He needs to wear those.
Until he saw Gretchen wearing them, and he's like, maybe those were females. I don't know. So. Gretchen has them too, but she looks really cute because she's a real estate agent.
She's really sassy and fabulous.
Okay, so we're going to do this.
I'm just blind as a bat.
Gretchen has got me so bad this week with that.
Yes, she's definitely so. Gretchen, we love. It's one of Judy's besties, and she has she's teased Judi in the point where I got crying laughing at a Judaism. So anyway, we can talk about that in a little bit. So what do we got going on here? So aside from my complete I need to sleep or I'm going to die nervous breakdown last week, which is why there was no show. Sorry. Sometimes mental health to take priority.
Mental health days are
needed
good.
it. I took a whole weekend. My husband goes, okay, you need to get out of here. I'm like, I know, I'm just so tired. I just can't. He's like, oh, okay. So he booked us a hotel a couple hours away from here, and I literally got to the hotel at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I said, okay, well, entertain yourself. And I went to bed, and I sat in bed, and I laid in bed. Mostly I just sat there with my eyes open and listened to the rain, and then I'd doze off. I stayed in bed till, I think, 7 or 8 o'clock the next morning.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, and then we went to walked around the cute little downtown, and then I sat on a beach chair. It was definitely not pool weather, but I sat there all bundled up and read a book. And then I relaxed. So that was my
sometimes
did nothing.
Sometimes you need that.
Well, when you spend the money for the hotel, you might as well enjoy the hotel. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, I didn't do any knitting or anything outside of just staring at the wall because I needed that. But I did finish pressed flowers. Woo! So pressed flowers is now done. Whoops, I knocked all of the stuff over. So here I gave up early. You're supposed to have this much.
I did too.
And it was supposed to be a lot bigger, and I just said, I'm good, because this was taking me 75 hours to go across once. So it was very much heavier when it was condensed, and because I used a thicker yarn than I should have, and I knew that going into it because I just like the way my daughter picked out the color.
That's so sweet.
The contrast color had my mom's name in it, and I found it a Malabrigo, and it was beautiful. It's Diane, and that was right when she passed away. So I bought that, and my daughter picked out this more turquoisey green color. So again, it was much heavier than the pattern calls for. Hindsight, of course, I shouldn't have done this. I knew that going in. But when I blocked it, I stretched the heck out of it. But it did still have a lot of fluff and fuzz. So in that case, I've had one of my defuzzifiers, and that's a word. It totally is. But so anyway, it kind of, stretched out. My challenge with my blocking was twofold. Now, I used vintage, Barocco vintage, which it's a great solid yarn. Again, I knew going into this, it was going to make it a little thicker, more tapestry-like than the drapey. Yes, and it does call for fingering, and I knew that. But with these dark colors, even though it is something that can be machine washed and dried, I wouldn't do that anyway with this knit good, because I didn't want it to shrink by chance. It was already tight enough. But with these colors, even though they say it can be washed and dried, this color bled. So you got to be smart about what you're doing when you are. I talked about a couple weeks ago when Judi had a life, and I had to be all by myself. But so it bled. So make sure that when you're going in, do a test sample if you're really unsure. Thankfully, the color, that's the contrast color, already had in it, so it didn't affect the way it looked.
That's a problem I have even with dyeing, and there's a reason why, and it involves chemistry. So don't ask me, because that's like math. But when you dye, especially a small batch like what I do,
Yeah.
you leave the yarn in until what they call the dye bath is exhausted. In other words, the water is clear. You never get it with turquoise.
Right.
And people say that. You just never, turquoise just will not exhaust no matter how much vinegar you put in, no matter how much heat you apply, no matter how much salt, you're still going to get a little blue tinge. And I do it for as long as possible. And then I, wash it. And it get until I can get it to run clear, but I'm still, I'm still not saying, oh no, you can wash this, with other stuff, because I'm always afraid it's going to do that. That's why it says on my labels, wash block wash with salt. Throw some salt in. Yeah. But it's a property, a chemical property of turquoise. And I don't understand why.
So turquoise is an asshole. That's what we're saying.
It's probably got some properties of indigo in it.
Yeah.
And indigo is very hard too. And that's the color I chose to do. I just thought of that. Like Kate Davies, all hail Kate Davies.
All hail Kate Davies.
That's our new thing now. If you say Kate Davies, all hail Kate Davies, you must say all hail Kate Davies.
That's how we do.
Because we love her.
Yes, we do. She's got great stuff.
And so if Kate, if you're watching,
we love you. Come visit us.
We love you.
Come visit us. Yes.
So anyways, I just thought of that. Oh, good. Did I?
Oh, Kate Davies. I've chosen.
Look at all these colors right here.
Look at all these beautiful colors that are going to bleed together.
But that will be one that I will wash in cold water. Ice cold water. I throw some ice cubes in
I did not put ice cubes in this. I did use cold water. I have to say, I use cold water for all of my
I do too.
All of my stuff, just because I made everything really to size. I can't have things that are too big, because then I just look like frumpy and bleh in it. So
you look like me.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. But
haircut.
I know you're fast. Oh, and the sassy glass. You're very sassy. Very sassy. But anyway, so I always do cold water. I don't throw ice in, though. So maybe on something with a turquoise, I would consider doing that.
I've done it. I just said that. But
yeah, I mean,
you might. But the salt, I think the salt.
Yeah. And truth be told, I didn't do salt, and I know to do that, but I didn't in this case. I just wanted to see what it did. My other thing is when we talked about blocking, is T-pins versus the blocking.
I should have brought mine.
What the heck are they called? Just knit blockers.
The
The blockers.
Do you have one that's open?
I don't have one that's open. They were sold.
Well, you should open that and use them.
I know. All right. Get them so I can use them, because look what happens.
Picture of how I used mine, and then you understand.
Here's what happened on mine when I was putting the top row. It was easy to go very straight because it was first. But then here I'm trying to pull it to elongate, and you can see where, without pulling it here, where all the stitch markers were. It would be cool if you had like a Stephen West, where they've got all those really neat like webbing or things like that at the bottom, but you can see where it pulled all of it. So here is the tunic that Judy's been working on. It's always hard with this light, so let me see. So she pulled down all of the cool chevron bottoms and wanted to intentionally have them pointed out. And it's right behind you, right there. Are you talking about
that?
What are you looking for? Oh, they're right to the left.
Oh, they're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when she did hers, the design was for that. So a lot of times too, with lace work or things like that, you want, they have these pins or rods that you can use to pull your lace work out to make it so it really forms in this gorgeous way.
Mine are white because I bought them as soon as they came out, and there are instructions in there, believe it or not. But you get 8 of these that are smaller. Watch it there; it's very sharp. And 12 of the longer ones. And it is easier to make it a straight line.
Yeah.
So if you look at mine again, you see I've got them at the top and it's holding the shoulders.
Sorry, it is hard with the ring. It leaves this terrible light. But so when you want to intentionally pull that down, but if you don't have blockers, you should maybe know a lady that has some or could get them for you. Like
I don't share mine.
Like
I do
me,
not.
I own the damn store.
I don't share mine. We were at SAF and I bought them. And there was a group of us staying at the condo we were at, and I was saying these are great, the price, and they were expensive, but man, I can't wait. She goes, I don't think I'll buy them. I'll just, I know somebody I can borrow from. I said, I don't think I'll loan them out because if I need them, I don't want to have to wait.
No.
So she thought about that, and she went and bought them the next day.
Yeah, well, the fact is that with stuff like this, you know, and we tend to, I know you and I can't speak to the world of the knitting world, but we tend to, you know, kind of have several projects going, and then all of a sudden they're all finished at the same time. So that's how I ended up buying several sets of the blocking mats, because sometimes I need a wider thing, and then so this one was kind of set up in a triangle. So, you know, just the 10 that normally come with it wasn't enough. I had to go to my second set just to open it up. So, I mean, they're definitely an investment, and it's not like they go bad. I mean, it's not like after a while. My blocking mats have seen some use though, so they're starting to get ragged.
You know what? But mine do too.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a couple. One is I was at a craft store, and they were the little mats for beaters and crafters. It's no bigger than this, and so like that's perfect for that.
Yeah.
It was like $3.
Yeah.
And I was in Target in the dollar bin. They had 4 little blocks that were like ABCD for little kids.
Yeah.
I just bought those for $1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so when it's something little like this, I just pick that out.
Yeah.
But this was starting to roll on the bottom, and it really concerned me. And that was before I blocked it. So I did that, and I left it on for like 2 days. And hopefully,
oh my God,
those
so
points, that's the best
Look
I've ever
at
blocked
this. It is
anything.
Absolutely stunning. The workmanship is just gorgeous. Look at how beautiful this is. I mean, it is absolutely perfect. And so, you know, here it really opens up the bottom where they have the yarn overs and the lace work and the fine detail and the chevron down here. I mean, it really it's just gorgeous.
It did. It came out really good.
And you know, I know you were concerned about adding because she wanted to know if she should marl these two together because she didn't like the way it was working. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because the lace was really, really lacy, and you can see those holes.
Yeah.
And to me, well, I'll show you. Because you start with size 4 needles, and then you go to 5s, and then 8s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s.
Yeah.
And then people were saying that it was very tight up here, and some people bound off with 11s. So that's what I did. Well, I did on the back. I forgot to do it on the front. But anyways. But look, you can see when you can see it was just a single lace. I said, "Nah, see that?
Yeah.
See how holy?
Oh yeah."
And I was like, I don't want the whole thing to look like that.
Right. Well, it's beautiful. You really did a gorgeous job.
Too much.
Let's have a class on that when you
Okay.
have a life. Just kidding. You're never going to have one. Here, I've just.
Yeah, we'll do a class on it.
It's gorgeous.
The big old wedding's coming up.
Yep.
So.
I want to see some pictures of that and your sassy outfit, and then we're going to have to walk the catwalk and teach you to. You didn't bring your heels, so we're going to do some catwalk. Okay. Were you trying to kill me? I see how she is. Do you see how she is? She's my next of skein, so she's like, I'll just offer, and then I don't have to buy yarn anymore.
She'll have to walk me down the steps.
So anyway, so that's that. We've got this class coming up, so if you want to learn mosaic stitch on a bigger scale, we've got this, and then we are going to have Judi is preparing to teach at an upcoming convention.
Hopefully,
you're gonna.
I won't know till June.
You're
so
gonna.
I'll have to
put a good word in for you. I'll talk to people I know. They're super important.
Oh well, there goes that job. Yeah. Oh, you know Tracy? Yeah, we don't want you.
Oh yeah, we know her.
People say that to me too. Yeah.
Oh,
we were
do you know
about
Judi?
That.
Yeah.
Last night somebody came in, and that's like I know way too many people. It's just I don't know. I get around, I guess. You know?
You're kind of unforgettable. I think.
But people come in. I mean, this has happened like what 3 or 4 times?
Many times.
4 or 5
many times.
I'll be sitting there in the shop. Somebody new comes in. They look at me. They go, "You look familiar. I know you." And I'm like, "Oh crap."
And I can always tell by her reaction if she's like. I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. So anyway, I know she's applied to do some teaching and some awesome stuff. So look at how cute this little sample is to do a mosaic.
To learn mosaic.
Look how cute that is. So cute. Look how pretty the back came out. Oh, nice and tight.
That's to make a trivet and learn the basics of mosaic. And then, of course, I applied to do take the eke out of steek.
Yes, we're going to do that class coming up, too. You can register on shrimpandknits.com under classes and events. We're going to knit and steek coming up in April.
I also applied, because we did it one time on a podcast, applied to show people how to put their projects on Ravelry.
Yes, I think that's great. In fact, I got to add these to Ravelry, except I got to put my tag. I don't have my tag on this yet that says Shrimp and Knits. But, so
do you put a tag on everything?
Only the stuff at the shop.
Oh, okay.
Or if I like have given it to someone, and I'm like, I want you to know
She's probably going to brand me someday when I come in. Shrimp and Knits.
it's not weird. It's totally fine. Don't get weird about it. All right. So that's what I'm working on. And now I've been, for a while we started off with Norah's Vintage Afghan, and I thought it was a cool way to teach cables, because a lot of people are afraid of cables, and I was too before I started to play with them. And I have to say, so I had done a bunch of cables, and I did them out of order for the Afghan, because some of the charts can be very daunting. And so I will actually show you one in just a few minutes. So we started kind of in the middle, and I went to charts that weren't as challenging. And so then, most of the people, there's only two of us doing it still. And so I just said, you know what, I'm going to start at one now and go through the rest that I haven't done. And I have to say, Norah, come on, girl, this is so boring. Like, this is the worst. So I'm like just dying. I hate it.
And I think that's one of the prettiest.
Yeah, it's so boring. I'm like, am I still doing this damn thing? So it feels like I've been doing this for freaking ever. So I love the cables, but this one, boring as all get out. So
see, I like that one because of the movement of it. I think your eye, you need to put that near the center of your Afghan, because your eye's going to hit that, and it's going to travel, and it's going to go out and look at it.
Well, I'll have to put that. Hold on, I'll grab it so far, because I've just been I had all these random squares around the shop, because I was saying, okay, here's square for January, and then I just started to stitch them together so that they had a home. So here,
how many rows do you have?
I don't know.
Oh, God, there's more than 12 there.
Well, I got I don't know, all this crap. So I've started to put them together. So I'll have to maybe go over.
Well, you don't want to put it near white because it's red. Put it down here near. Well, I don't know, because
I think I might not go any longer than that.
But I just think because it'll move and you'll see it. If you put it down here, your eye would.
Yeah, to the bottom. Well, I have it in this corner too. So
there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm going. I got some, green. Some I don't know. You
got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, you still got 4 more to go.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's more than that, because there's like 20 something. It was supposed to be.
Lord.
Yeah, there's a lot of these squares. So, yeah, anyway, so hopefully I can't wait to be done with that, because I have to say, so I started off with a simpler chart, because, with a lot of people, it's daunting. Charts can be very daunting, and until you understand that, patterns use similar keys when they put things together, like a map, right? So, once you knew that this means this and this means that, you can get familiar with it. But in the beginning, you're like, oh my God, there's all these dots and squiggles and colors, and what the hell does that mean? And so I have to say, we have these boards here. They're called Maker's Boards by Coco Knits, and I love them.
Mine.
I love them.
I convinced Gretchen in 5 minutes to buy one.
Oh, and they're terrific. So I want to show you. So this is a chart, and it kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover, which is why I chose it. So this is chart for 16, and all these little dots and everything, for the most part, just mean knit and purl. Just depends on what size you are, and all the different color rectangles are cables. So it tells you what direction and where to pick it up and what to knit and all those types of things. But it can be daunting. So this is a great place to put your chart, because you can have it sitting up in front of you instead of like flat on the ground, and then you can move these magnetic rulers, okay, to the line that you're on, because the way that we typically do it is, with a piece. Here's the one that I'm on. Here's chart 1. Boring chart. I usually use just some tape. But when it's a little more complicated, this is highlighter tape. When it's a little more complicated, to have it right up in front of me is better for my brain, which is always like, woo, squirrel. So,
well, yeah, because of the socks. See, I was doing it that way too.
Yeah. So here's Judy's. She was doing these gorgeous. Oh, she just finished them. I have to grab them. Look at how cute. Look at how cute these socks are. I'm gonna grab them. They're so cute. I'm not a sock girl myself, but this sock makes me want to make socks.
I'm now 3 behind, and I have to finish the make.
Cracking the whip.
But,
how long is your drive to?
Well, depends. If you're going, you lose an hour, so it'll be 5. Coming back, we gain that hour back, so it'll be 6,
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Depending on
I'm
traffic.
just taking socks to work on.
So this is look at this cuteness. But we already had this class, so. But if you want to take it, if you want to take
the other
it,
one until you get the purple in.
Oh, I have to order that.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, that helps. So we got to do that today. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Told you my brain has been.
I can't stay long because I guess we're going out for green beer with some friends.
Yay! I love that. I love that.
I'm wearing the Savannah banana.
Yeah,
I'm wearing it.
I love it. I love that so much for you. I've had all these things. So I had all these things going on, and then Thursday of last week, was it Thursday or Wednesday? My daughter's like, well, Mom, hey, you know how I said I was going to go? But she's a sophomore in high school. She's like, you know how I'm going to go with my friends to their senior prom? Because her two best girlfriends are seniors. And I'm like, mm-hmm. She's like, okay, well, here's the information. It's a masquerade. I'm like, oh, awesome. And she's like, I think I'm going to wear this mask. But we can't have this kind of mask. I'm like, okay. So I say, all right, well, we need to find a gown for you. And, I don't know where to get these things here. I mean, there's not a whole lot. There's not like malls, right? You have to go to Pooler. We have to go try to find things around, here in South Carolina. And I'm like, okay. She goes, yeah, it's April 1st. I'm like, oh my God, that's 13 so cute.
Days from now.
It's like,
I know that because
what?
I had to book my room.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. So, thankfully, God love my mom for saving. She saved all of my prom gowns. And I went to a lot of prom gowns because it was just, proms because it was fun, And I only had really special ones for the proms that were mine. But so I found things or got them on sale or whatever. And they still had them all, which I can't believe 32 years later.
That's great.
They proms. So
see, with boys, I would start. Do not wait till the week before to ask a girl to prom or a homecoming because there are things that they have to buy. Mm-hmm. Their mothers will kill you. Give them at least a month and a half.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm like, oh my God. So I think that started like the collapse of my life. I'm like, too much.
Oh, she looked adorable in it.
So she did. She tried it on, and I'm like, oh, remember when I was that thin? Look, proof I was that thin. Fits you.
I know. I look at pictures and I go, oh my God, I had a waist.
God, when was that? How do we get to that again? Yeah. So, anyway, that's what we've been kind of working on. I finished. I know this has been since, January when I started working on this one. So timber.
So it's 2 months.
So timber, unfortunately, I just can't knit every time I want to. I have to work. Yeah. The shop doesn't just run itself, and teaching doesn't just happen.
You thought you could sit here and knit all day, and you had customers come in. You've been busy this week.
I know. It's been great, but yeah. So I am one sleeve shy of a timber. So, and as we've discussed, if you've seen, I wanted it to be a little more fitted because I don't want a bigger sweater for this one. This project, I wanted a nice kind of fitted. So, and I got sick of knitting, and Judi goes, well, it's long enough. I'm like, perfect.
That's my line. And long enough.
So you're long enough. So this is timber. I think we probably will offer this as a class. But it's a cute little,
Watch those needles on the other one that you don't lose the stitches.
Oh, that's what you're here for. I just lose stitches, and I just go, Judi! Should I use bigger needles, Judi?
Just a big old pickup.
Yeah. And then I decided I wanted to show off some Malabrigo Rasta because it's such fun yarn.
So
Look
pretty.
how fun
the
that
colors
is.
Just are to die
They're
for.
gorgeous. And it's a nice, thick, extra chunky kind of yarn. So I found this headband pattern. I was like, oh, this is cute. It'll herringbone. I like herringbone, but it does take a while. So I was like, I'll just make it on something bigger and chunky. So I tried it on the ones. They wanted it on 35s. These are 35s. I was like,
I think I hang curtains on there.
These are so big and bulky.
They're hard to work with.
And so I was like I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to lose an eye. I'm going to lose an eye with these damn things. So, no. So I had tried smaller ones. I'm like, we'll go the opposite. We'll just go with the size the yarn calls for. And it was so tight that, what did you say? It looked like it will stand up in a storm?
I thought you were building the wall.
Yes. I was extending my
Send it to Washington, D.C. It's the wall.
So it was like,
my only political post right there. It's the wall.
It's the wall. So, and I can't find my 25s, but I still think those will be too.
25s?
I have a pair. They're
really?
Plastic. They're crap, but yeah, they're somewhere. I have to see where they are. So I can't find those right now. So I was like, well, and since it's just a shop sample, I mean, really, it's not the end of the world. So these are 19s, but it's still so awkward to kind of, when you've got to go into these.
Well, they don't
things.
Well, I like Malabrigo. It's not a slippery yarn, so you really have to have something that'll push it up.
And then, so I cast on with an extra needle. in there to give it a little space.
Yeah, I can feel that now.
And
it feels better.
Yeah, I threw it in there. It does make it a little easier because it's all knit 2, and then you just drop the first one, and then knit to the next 2, and then drop the first one. And so it's an easy project. It's just getting your yarn to work with it.
The colors are gorgeous.
Oh, I can't wait for it to be done. Now this will bleed. This is too saturated.
Oh my God.
This would bleed. Plus, with this yarn, I gotta read the labels, but I don't know that it would even be good to wet block. I have to check. So
I would wet block it and not agitate it at all. Just lay it in there and bring it right up. Not, I don't think you could even roll it.
You wouldn't want to soak it
and stomp it.
Yeah. Well, I did. Yeah, I did that. Rolled and stomped it with my pressed flowers. But with this one, I don't know. I think that you would. Even pressed flowers had a little bit of residue on after the fact.
It just. Excuse me.
Definitely
Hand
cold.
wash,
Definitely cold water.
Cold water, dry flat.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what's going on with that. It's a really cute. I think it's called like Amelia headband. It's all herringbone. And again, herringbone. It looks so beautiful. It just takes a while. It's just like as you knit 2, then you put one back. It's kind of like the I-cord. I feel in that style of you're like it doesn't go as quickly as other stitches.
Picot.
Picot.
God, I hate picot edges.
Oh, yeah. It's not for me.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. I just don't have the patience. I don't have the patience for it.
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience for much. I don't know if you've figured that out by my life.
There was a pattern one time on the front of Vogue, and I just loved it because the woman wearing it, she looked like Daisy Buchanan from Gatsby, and a bunch of us made it, and it was gorgeous. But it was big, and there was a certain thing, and then you did the border, and then you had to do like this. I forget what kind of stitch to attach, and it was kind of like a picot on the edge or whatever, and it was over, oh God, I want to say 500, and it was literally you did 25 and you went and did something for a while, then you came back and you did 25. It took 3 hours.
Oh my gosh!
To get it off, but it was gorgeous.
Oh, I
bet.
bet.
It was absolutely gorgeous. I really wish I had kept it, but we were at a meeting, and it was a Sew What Club meeting. And a lady came up to the knitting table afterwards, and everybody was really upset. I didn't know her because I just moved there. Of a lady that was very well known in the club and everything, and had come home with a cough, and she was dying of lung cancer.
Oh.
And she goes, "Could somebody make a shawl? She's so cold, you know." And I'm like, nobody would get it done in time. So I said, "Come, you know what?" I said, "I have 3 or 4 shawls. Why don't you come pick one out for her?"
Oh, that's
so
nice.
she came to my
so
house
sweet.
and she took that one. It was
You're
like,
so sweet.
oh, she took mine. You can't go. No, not that one.
Oh yeah. Hey, you can take any of these except that one. No, not that one either.
No, it was like,
oh
no, not that one.
Yeah.
But she took it, and she said, "You know what? She was wearing it when she died." So.
Oh, that's
I know.
nice.
It was
nice.
sweet.
Okay, and on that note, let's look at yarn.
But I will never make another one again.
Yeah, no, it's so much. It's a lot of work. So we have a couple new colors that came in. Isola is coming. This is the season we're starting to do lighter weight yarns because, of course, down south, even though it's chilly right now, it will warm up and rapidly. So Isola is great because it is a cotton, linen, and viscose combination, and it is really nice and light. So we use
You sell a lot of it.
Yeah, it goes very well here, and they had a couple new colors that I'm trying out. So here is one of them.
I love that color.
So
I love it.
I don't know why I'm not a purple girl, but lately I've been like feeling the purple.
You know what? Because it's a dusty purple.
Yeah.
It's not bright,
It's like
shocking in your face purple.
No, I'm definitely not. Although this is a
not
little
Barney.
more, but no, it's not Barney. It's not Barney. Here's this one. I think this one's just nice and
I like that one too.
yeah, this one's nice and
I
pretty.
might have to get that one and make it a shirt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And here is the third one. There's kind of, a variation of the first. This one's got more pinks. This one's got more, obviously, blues. But I thought these were kind of fun and light for summer weight. So if this is something, Isola is great. And this is something that
There's a
you
lot of
can
yardage
throw
on it.
in the machine in delicate.
How
In
much
delicate.
yardage?
There is quite a bit of yardage on this. This goes for
I really like that.
245. No, 284. Is,
That's good.
yeah.
For people like me.
Yeah. So this is a terrific yarn if you want to do something lightweight for the summer. It's not heavy cotton. Heavy cotton hangs on you and it absorbs your sweat. So it's not good in summertime for that because you just feel like it's heavy.
Is it thick and thin?
There's a little bit of it, but not a lot.
I just noticed, like right there.
Yeah, it's got
Wow.
some slubs in it.
I think it's the brown. That's
yeah,
not.
it's got some slubs in it. It's across the board with Isola.
So you wouldn't want to do like a real I don't know. It'll be cute.
It's going to be cute. We found that with this a lot, unless you use small needles. This is a good price. Unless you use really small needles, there definitely is some gaps in it. It's a light knit 3, so we're talking DK.
Who did the cardigan that was so cute in it? Maybe it was you. It was up on the wall.
Yeah, I had made that one. That was
so
me.
A cardigan would be adorable
That
because
was
you're wearing something underneath it.
Yeah, so that would be definitely something. We had someone that was making a shirt, the t-shirt. She went with much smaller needles because she doesn't like to wear tank tops underneath it, which apparently was a hot topic here at the shop this week.
It was.
People don't want to wear.
What do you wear underneath your shirt? I'm not telling.
Right, just don't worry about it. So it's definitely not X-rated, that's for sure. But so anyway, these just came in. Let me know. And there are a few other colors that are new and out for Barocco's Isola. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I can certainly order some for you. So those are fun. And it is a self-striping style. So these are fun. And we also had a custom order. This is the Fiber Company Meadow. This is a lace weight, nice and thin, but really pretty blue, tints of blue in this one. So the Fiber Company, we love them. I love their yarn, and they seem to have kind of gotten their acts together with ordering because there were some challenges. I had ordered stuff, and it was just they had changed warehouses, and so there was a delay in getting stuff to the people that had ordered it.
Well,
so
then
that was
they come from Peru?
No.
Oh, I was
no.
because have those people settled down yet?
No, there's still all kinds of strife going on in Peru and Mexico. And
don't make me come down there.
Don't make me come down there.
Don't make me come down there and tell you to knock it off.
Don't make me pull this country over. I will.
I can drive us, my favorite saying to the kids, I can drive us off this bridge and put us all out of our misery if you don't stop fighting in the backseat.
Did that ever work?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my kids would be like, okay. So, little smart asses. So, yeah, no, this has been fun teenager week. I think the world is off its rocker right now. And it's a
moon
really,
phase.
I don't know, are we in, like, you know, are we in Uranus? No, are we? Mercury is in retrograde or what's going on? Because it's been utter chaos. Few other fun things that we got. So these are from Rico Rumi. So this is universal yarn.
I just want to crochet.
Oh my God. So look at how cute. It is this egg set where you crochet. It's got all the kit, has everything you need in it.
Even the styrofoam eggs.
And even the eggs. So there they are. It comes with a crochet needle and it comes with a tapestry needle, a crochet hook, excuse me. And
I didn't realize the needle even
everything's
is in
here. So anything that you need, they're super cute. I've asked my daughter to.
Cute.
I know. Look at how cute. Look at these little guys. They're so cute. And here's a little tapestry needle
I
that
almost
came in
want
it.
to do it.
I know, and I just have to learn how to crochet.
I know.
So
Think
here's
I
the
can learn
needle.
by Easter?
Oh, I'm sure we got this. We got this. Oh, you have nothing going on. It's fine.
That is that.
Yep. So they send these little eggs for you to kind of crochet the pieces around.
Was this on there?
They were near each other. They weren't.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't together. But my daughter's doing a kit for us. She's going to do up some samples. So I'll let you know what she thinks of the kit. But she's a pretty resilient. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. I'm like, oh God.
These are so cute. They really are. People have been gravitating to them.
Oh yeah. So we've got these colors. And I like these colors too. When I was a kid, these would have been my colors all day long. Now I'm old and fun.
Subdued.
Refined. I think subdued? No, refined. So
subdued. These remind me of herbal colors.
Yes, they're very pretty.
Herbal garden.
Yes. Yes, that's.
Don't forget to show you. She's only got 2.
I only have 2.
Do not.
And I don't know that I can order anymore because they only had a limited number. And of course, they put it out to all of our LYSs, our local yarn stores. But I like to say it's Little Yarn Shop because that's what I am. We do have a Seaweed class coming up at it's the same day as Pressed Flowers, so we may change that. We may change that because I don't know if we need 2 of the same classes on the same day.
Not the way we talk.
Yeah, I'd be talked to death.
That's fine, whatever.
So, we may push that, but this is so cute, and it is a really good way if you are a new-ish knitter to learn how to kind of just do some shorter rows. It goes very quickly, and you learn how to kind of add, subtract, things like that. So, Judi.
So, it's really pretty in a variegated, so I tried a solid tonal, and it's just as pretty.
So, it's pretty. It looks like it has some yarn overs in it. I haven't played with it.
There's no yarn over.
It's not really. That's interesting.
Knit front and back.
Oh, that's fine.
And then turn.
That's
so
fine.
That
Knit front and back.
Hole.
Gotcha. So cute.
Yeah, there's this one. I did it in a tonal, so even solid is pretty.
Yep, that's really beautiful. Yeah, you can definitely see the holes a little more in this one. Might be using thinner yarn or bigger needles.
It looks like seaweed.
It does. It looks like seaweed. That's really pretty.
I like this green.
That's a lot of fun. See, and you could wear it today, and you could drink green beer out of it.
Think I can get it done?
Oh, I'm sure you can get it done by lunchtime. I mean, it's 11:40. Get on it.
Sure.
You can totally do that.
So anyways, yeah. So I did do that. That was just like 20 minutes in the car. I got that far.
Yeah.
So that's it's 7 stitches, and you just keep repeating 7 rows. I'm sorry, 16 stitches, 7 rows. You just keep repeating them till you get it long enough, as long as you want it.
That's really cute. So we are, we've kind of looked at some variegated stuff. I don't know. I got to see what I feel like adding next.
I do a lot of variegated. It would be gorgeous in the mermaid tail.
So, okay. So we sold out very quickly this week. 2 of them went the same day. So I'm even lucky to have 2 of these. They go so quickly. So this is Judy's Maggie Loves Yarn, her hand dye. And I love this one because it's got, you can't really see in that light, but it's got such a pretty little sparkle that runs through it.
Seaweed scarf would be
that
gorgeous.
Would be absolutely,
a lot of my yarns are variegated,
gorgeous.
so that would be perfect with it.
And look at how pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is probably my top seller. Probably my top seller at the shop. So
hurricane warning during the summer.
Hurricane warning, especially when we were having hurricanes. So that went very, very well.
Art Walk would be pretty in there.
Art Walk, that's another beautiful one that Judy has done. Let me
Seaweed.
grab it. But there's anything that's variegated. So anything that's in tones is something that you either really like, or something that will pop, or something that is a color tone that you like. So this one I love. I can't believe I haven't taken it home yet with me.
It looks like seaweed, but mermaids, but it's really muted.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And that's just because I dunked it in something just to see what would happen. And it's like, oh, I like that.
That's just gorgeous.
Well, that's my second one I've done, isn't it?
No, not that one. Artwork, we've only had, we've had one. There was another one that just went, and I love that one too, and I can't recall which one it was. You've gotten all crafty on me.
No, I think that's my second art walk.
I may be lying. See, that's what happens. My brain cells are all DE extra McD.
Yeah, that's
lately.
my second art walk. It came out just as pretty as the first.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, and the good news.
Sometimes when I do it, and the water doesn't want to play right that day, and it's like, I don't like it. So that's what happens if you it's called glazing, and you take 2 colors. I've done it on, I think I did it on that, but I know how I did it. I had 2 colors, and I just didn't like them together. So, I went way across the color wheel and dipped it in like a French lilac, and that's how it came out. And you just dip it in and take it out, and then just lay it down in there, and that's how it came out. Yeah, that's my second one.
Yeah, all right. See how I lie?
I know she does.
I do that all
Can't
the
believe
time.
it, she says.
Pathological, in fact. So, but yeah, so I have 2 in stock. So if this is something that you want, you can order it today. I got to update my inventory online, but you can order it if you'd like, and I can ship it to you, or I can hold it here at the shop, or you can
get
come
the
on
seaweed
in.
pattern. It's so easy. I mean, actually, really, truly, in the car, I just simply wrote down the 7 rows because I hadn't done it in a while. I just wrote them down on a piece of paper and stuck it in my little
have
bag.
it. I can show you. Let me see. I pulled it up yesterday because we were talking about it in class. So it is by Sarah Monty Hand Knits. So here is the seaweed pattern. You can see, I believe I have a link on the page for it for the class, but it is on Ravelry. So if that's something you're interested in, it is available to you. And here's, she's got pictures of it. But a lot of people have made this. So if you want to see what different color schemes would look like, or different variegated yarns, go on Ravelry, because it's always a good way to see what other yarns look like done up in this in different ways and things like that.
I was at Stitches South, and I walked into the Koigu booth, and they had all these colors of Koigu in that pattern. So if you bought 2 skeins, you got the pattern.
Fun.
And so that's what I did. And I really didn't know what I was doing yet. I was still a new knitter, and I did it. So there you go. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
My middle name is It's Easy. I'll show you how.
Yes, it is.
Not
And
I'm easy. It's easy.
It's easy. So she may be easy too, but we're not talking about that, okay? It is St. Patrick's
Bath
Day.
and Walt say so.
It's St. Patrick's Day after a couple green beers. I don't know what's going on. Get your GoPro. Get your GoPro so we can see. Are you going in Savannah today for that?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, I was going to say, you're brave. Where are you guys? Are you staying local?
I don't
You're
know.
going on
Either
island?
Katie O'Dowd's or
Donald's.
Donald's,
Katie
however you
O'Donnell's.
say it,
Yeah.
or Kelly's Tavern.
Okay, so you're staying
We're
in
going to
Bluffton.
Pat and Ron.
That'll be fun.
Well, I totally misread the tone of her text the other night, because she was like, well, we're going to go out about 3 or 3:30 before the crowds to here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just gave thumbs up. And I said, I think they're going out on their own or whatever. I said,
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. Because that's all she said.
Right.
So then the next morning, so we're like, okay, well, I don't know that we want to do anything anyways. And then the next morning I get up and she goes, so you guys want to come over and we'll play Rumi Cube after we go out? And I went, Okay, well, I totally misread that. I guess we're going out too with them. We're going to.
All right. So that's
usually I don't misread text like that, but it's like,
well, sometimes
I kind of got from the tone, we're just going to go do something on our own. You know?
And she,
without saying it meaningfully.
And
we don't want you along.
She said it with an intonation that rose at the end, indicating when she wrote it, indicating a question, and you didn't read it that way.
I didn't read it.
Punctuation, man.
So Gordon got up and went, so we're going out tomorrow night after all. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm going prom dress shopping tomorrow, so yay me.
Tonight, you're going grocery shopping?
No, tomorrow I'm going prom dress shopping because I don't know, if my child will actually wear the gorgeous dress that I.
Boys are so easy. They're just like, here, I want to wear this. No, let's try something.
Well, and she's like, I don't know, I like this, I might not wear. I'm like, girl. You need to get this dry cleaned, okay? Because it smells like the attic, and you need to get this dry cleaned. I don't know what kind of time we're looking at here, so we'll just go this weekend and la-di-da. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's tomorrow. I'm taking 3 girls.
I'll get lots of texts.
I'm taking 3 teenage girls prom dress shopping tomorrow. I think I start drinking now. If I come in like all with green beer drool, I've been pre-gaming.
That's the reason why I didn't have girls.
That's why? It wasn't anything to do with genetics?
My fun thing was going and picking out really pretty little corsages for them to give the girls.
Oh, that's nice.
That was easy.
Corsages are weird. Corsages are weird because they sit on your wrist and they just fall because they're heavy. At least they did for me. Or if you got the kind that pins.
It just makes your boob, tags into your boobs.
Tags into your boobs, flips over, and it puts a hole in your dress.
This is true.
So, I don't know. Corsages are, they're lovely. But they're weird. I always felt that way about it. Like, oh, thanks. Thanks for that. Couldn't you just have given me money instead? Or something sparkly?
Yeah, proms are expensive for girls, but they are for boys too because they have to pay for dinner and everything else.
If you go to dinner.
Tickets.
We never did that. We just all got together.
Oh, God. That's what they do when I taught.
Yeah, no.
Where I come from, everybody goes to dinner beforehand.
No, we always had, everybody got together in this one spot in town when I taught. And so all the teachers go and you see all your kids dressed up and then you take pictures of the kids and you get all excited because you see them all fancy. And
where I taught, the kids were upset if you. It was really funny because I think it was a homecoming dance and we had a new principal and he was from Columbus, a big city. And the teachers had been there, but we walked into the cafeteria and we were hanging out laughing because somebody had brought a cake. And the
cake or keg?
Cake.
Oh, I thought keg.
So principal comes in and he goes, there's parents here. The kids aren't upset. And they went, yeah, if you don't come. I said, Steve, if parents don't come and the teachers don't come, they get really upset because they don't dress up very often.
It's a big
They're
deal.
Little farm kids.
It's a big deal.
And then pretty soon he comes back in and he goes, they're all out there dancing. And we went, yes.
It's a big deal.
The kids dance. They love to dance.
Yeah.
And they would get really upset. So for prom, it's really kind of neat. And thank God Chris's senior year, he was on prom court, so we didn't have to buy tickets or anything. He got a lot of stuff free.
Nice.
I think he was prom king.
Ooh.
And still doesn't understand climate change, but we won't go there. God, my child. So, the parents line up outside the front door.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like paparazzi. We're all taking pictures and they all kind of go in,
That's so
and
cute.
they're waving and they just love it.
Cute.
And they're hurt if you don't go in to see them.
Well, our kids, all my students, I know this was always a debate in my house there, but they were always my kids. I still talk to, so many of them I know you do too, between, all the different social
really
media. And in fact, one of my absolute favorite students ever, it's her birthday tomorrow, Odeli. She's, my little muffin. I just love her so much. And she's still in California. Just the most wonderful girl. But, you're kids and you care about them and you care what happens to them. And you don't spend, all this time and your heart and money to kids and be like, it's...
The only thing my sons did when they started junior high and high school, they sat me down because they went to the same school district. They knew they were going to have me as a teacher. They went, please don't chaperone because we see you enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
We don't like you that much.
Yeah, like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay. No problem.
Yeah, Emmeline, she had a band trip a year ago, and she's
that was
like,
so funny.
"Oh my God, it was so funny." That'll be a story for another day. But yeah, she asked my husband to go on the trip, but it was, it was hilarious. So, several buses full of band kids, and a 4 a.m. departure time. It was a day and a half of fun, but yeah.
When Chris was a junior and Mike a freshman, and of course that's when they just get their license, and everybody wants to go to Columbus, which is 50 minutes away to eat, and none of the parents felt really comfortable doing it. So my best friend and I came up with this plan, and her son and my son were best friends, and we were working on putting on a Carolina room. So it was just the bare walls and the windows and stuff. So we created, there were 16 of them that came, but we had a little restaurant.
Oh, fun.
And we fixed lasagna. We fixed dinner for them. We had lasagna and bread and cheesecake. They could choose what toppings they wanted on their cheesecake. We made little menus, and we lived on Hudson Avenue, so we had Cafe Hudson, a sign out front, and of course we had moved all the chairs out of the living room, so we had enough on the tables and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a big quilt on the wall that I had made, and that was the Hallmark area. That's where you went and got your picture station. And the parents were like, "This is so cool." And we had music, and it was so cute. And the night before, we had lights hanging, and the night before, my husband and I, Gordon and I, had gone to I said, "We need more glasses." And he said, "Okay." So we went to Big Lots, and they had all these hurricane glasses on sale for $1 each, and it was Planet Hollywood Singapore on them. So we bought them all. So everybody went home with they thought it was so cute. Everybody went home with a complimentary glass. You know? We put their punch or whatever they were drinking in it, and they put that in there.
That's so cute.
And it was so much fun. Of course, they didn't want to do it the next year, but that was fine. But it was so cute because one year when the girl was a senior, and she says to me, we were talking one day in class, we just had some downtime. She goes, "You know, I was at your house for homecoming," and I was like, "Gosh, Brittany, I don't remember. It was such a, that night we were trying to get everybody out and everything rolling." She goes, "You know what? A senior guy," she goes, "Remember Bowie?" And I said, "Oh, I remember Bowie Clark. He was cute."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, he had asked me to go, and I was really nervous because I was a freshman.
Right.
And I didn't really want to be in a car by myself or go out to dinner." And she goes, "That was such an icebreaker for me. It was so much
that's
fun.
nice.
And I was so comfortable with everyone. It was so
Well, no wonder,
so
because
much
you
fun."
didn't know her, so she didn't, at that point.
We wore aprons, and we would go and get kind of talking.
Although I have to say, lasagna
because
and a prom dress.
We could buy it frozen and
Understood.
get it.
No, totally understand the concept of why, but lasagna and a prom dress. I am a slob, and I would be like, "Woo,
too.
look at
So
mine!"
we were telling the girls.
I'd be tucking in whatever I needed to.
We had some places that did some really nice things. There was a group one year. They went to Fujiyama's, which is one of those walk places.
Sure.
And she said there was 4 of them, and they had gone
Hibachi.
to Columbus.
Yeah.
The hibachi places. And they sat at a table with all these other people. And of course they were like, "Why are you so dressed up?"
That's
"Oh,
fun.
It's so cute." And these people were talking to them and everything. And when they left, they went to pay, and they went, "Oh no, all those people that were sitting with you paid for you."
Oh, that's so cute.
It was so sweet.
That's
They
so
went,
cute.
"They paid for our meal." I said,
Aw.
"Because you're nice people. You didn't go in and throw stuff
Right.
like me, blow your straw wrapper across the room," which is what I like to do. And I said, "Because you're nice people, and you didn't mind being with adults and
Yeah.
talking to them." and
That's so cute. All right, coming up, we have, I think next week, we're going to talk about One Stash Wonders. So we're going to come up with some projects for that. Also, some stash busters, because we have stuff. We've bought yarn that just we couldn't walk away without, but now we don't know what to do with. So this will be kind of a
I've
combination.
got a couple skeins I'll bring in and tell me what to do with them.
Yep, so-
because they're so pretty.
So those are some things that we're working on. Also, if you are working on something, I love it when you send pictures in of things that you've, the yarn that you've purchased here, and I do like to highlight them on my webpage. So please, if you've purchased stuff from me, again, thank you, and
You're
send
running
it
out
in.
of time for the sale too.
Yes, we have right now. We have between, I'm going to do today 17% for St. Patrick's Day, 17 to 50% off of things. So I've got, and the stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm trying to make new space. I got hopefully coming up, I'm supposed to have my meeting with Mano State Uruguay, and I'm supposed to have a Barocco Zoom meeting coming up. We'll have to talk about that. I have a couple books that I'm going to be ordering from Kate Davies. All hail Kate Davies.
She got a lot of her books coming in, and this one that's so pretty. She had to reorder more before they even came in.
Yep.
because
we've already sold out. The pre-orders sold out, so I have to get a few more of those. So those are going to be coming in the next few weeks. And we're both starting to look at our next cast on, even though I still have several to finish. But
I think mine's going to be this for the summer.
That one?
I think.
I'm going to do a lighter one. I
might want to do that T-shirt with that stuff too, if we can find a good T-shirt one for me.
Okay. I have some other. I want to do something with cables in the front, and I want to use my Road to China light because I haven't done anything with that in a while, and I need to play with it. So
she thought she had one all picked out.
I did have one all picked out, and I want to do that one still.
But it's not cables.
It's not cables, and I don't know why I'm like loving cables. I think maybe because this month's cable bored me so much with
maybe. And I love anything color work, so.
Yep, so that's my thing. I just love cables. I think they look so fancy and, difficult. And, we have this woman that I love so much. She comes in, Janet. She's just like, I don't know, I just whipped out this cables thing. And I'm like,
I know.
Oh.
Well, so one time she wanted to be a knitwear designer. Oh. That's how good she is.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She thought about doing it. She started, do I want to do this and put my knitwear out there and stuff.
She's
very
amazing.
talent.
She's so talented.
And a hoot.
Yeah, I love her. She's so funny. She's just so darn funny. So if you're in town Tuesdays, come hang out because Janet will either insult you or make you laugh. And thankfully for our senses of humor, we think she's
from taking out yarn,
so darn funny. So darn funny. So we love her. Yeah. That's kind of what we're looking at over the next few weeks. I know I got new stitch markers coming in from Simply Made by Liz. So we have that to look forward to.
She's making you some shawl cuffs, too.
Ooh, so we got that coming on now. Has your son started that endeavor yet?
No, he hadn't said anything, so I'm just ignoring him.
Okay, so never mind on that. We'll just put that to the side.
So she's going to do them, and I think
that works for us, too. So we've got this weekend sold out. So unfortunately, if you have a little that wanted to get involved in our camp, we have a kids camp this Saturday because for this area, we have a little bit longer weekend. Today we have off. Yesterday we had a half day for the schools and obviously a regular weekend. So we decided to have a kids camp, a kids crochet camp that my daughter's teaching. Sold out. Boom, like this. So if this is something you're interested in, I will put some kids camps out for the summer. It is, $75. We entertain your kids for several hours and everything's included as far as...
And you can go drink. You can drop them off, go to the bar, have a little happy hour and come back and get them.
I don't know if drinking and then picking your kids up is...
I didn't say get stepped down drinking. Just go have a glass of wine somewhere, out on a patio, read a book, and come back.
All right. Peaceful Henry's, go sit out on the porch and rock while you
there you go.
Avoid your children. So we'll have that coming up. So we're going to have to put some more summer classes on the calendar. We have several right now. We've got a couple crochet classes coming up in May. We're going to do Your Gorgeous Tunic. And I want to put a blanket class out there. In fact, I want to do the one that Judi created. So
that's fine. We'll do it. I'll bring it in.
I'm just got to come up with a name for it.
I'd like to take some of my things home before.
What? God, stop trying to rob my shop. I mean, yes, it's yours, but still. We are going to also get some of these cables that we've been using in our... Oh, I just took mine out. So when we are, instead of using waste yarn, we've got these cords that we've just ordered. We're going to see if they work, and then we're going to start selling those here.
Yeah, I don't have them with me.
We got to come up with a name for it, though. I knew I had one somewhere.
They're like the barber cords, and then other people started doing them too, and it's like, well, then we're not stealing.
Right? No, it's not stealing.
Those are just the original, and then
we're creating and making better. Okay, that's how we do.
We're doing an offshoot of it.
That's right, our own version, which is twisted and wrong. No, I mean it's wonderful.
Twisted stitches. There you go.
I think that's been used by someone.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a copywriter.
Twisted cords.
Twisted cords. No, I don't know. We'll come up with something inappropriate, as we do.
Shrimp nets.
Shrimping ain't easy, people. Shrimping ain't easy. So yeah, that's about it. But thank you for joining us this week. We appreciate you sitting through all of our fun. Hopefully, with not too much instruction this week. We're talking about projects.
We were just having fun today.
Yeah.
But now we talked about yarns. We talked about blocking.
A little more.
We talked about Kate Davies. All hail Kate Davies. In her books and your Easter eggs and we did
upcoming
my
classes
tunic and how to block points. I'm so proud of those points.
I know they came out for it. Fabulous. And if you would like a maker's board, I have just one right now in stock, but I can order more. Let me know. They come in 2 different colors. I'll be happy to.
I thought I didn't need one for the longest time, and then it was like. I bled on it, so I had to buy it. But that's another story. No, but I do. I absolutely love it. I love it.
That was
It's the
divine
best
intervention.
purchase I've
Divine
made.
intervention's like, no, you're going to need this. So bleh, that's what went down.
I should file workman's comp. I was working for you that day when I started bleeding.
Okay, I don't think hangnail counts as
I
workman's
don't think
comp.
it was. I don't know what I hit because it wasn't a hangnail. I just reached in and something sliced my thumb right there.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
That's what happened to me
workman's comp.
yesterday right here while I was opening boxes. So anyway,
Workman's comp.
listen,
Should've filed.
green beer, be safe, make good choices, or get good video. Either
Or
way.
let somebody else drive. There you
Definitely let somebody else drive. But have a safe and wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you back here next Friday for another
go.
fabulous.
Aaron, go bra.
Erin, go put your bra back on, please.
Erin,
Good
go
Lord.
braless.
Good Lord. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you back here next week. Please make sure to subscribe if you like this and share it so others can find our funny or, help us along here. And always check out shrimpandknits.com to see what the heck is going on here in Bluffton, South Carolina. Take care.
Bye. I didn't mean to take a sip while you were talking.